Hello ladies and gentlemen, my name is J.S. Matthews and welcome back to Writing and Role-Playing. Today I have a very special video for you. This is something I've been working on for a couple years now. I absolutely love the Journeys in Middle-earth board game, and I've bought every single thing you could possibly buy for it. And as of a few days ago, I have finally finished painting every single miniature for every single part of this game. And so today I wanted to start just a series of videos showing off all the different miniatures I painted for these games and just kind of why I like them. So today's video is going to be on the base game. This is just the Journeys in Middle-earth base game. Everything you see right here is in the base game except for the three miniatures that are kind of in the middle. Those are the villain miniatures that come in a little expansion pack, and I just threw them in here just because you know, they're not part of the base game, but they're part of the base game story. And so I wanted to kind of show off just the different paint jobs I've done and just talk to you guys about why I love these miniatures so much. So let's go ahead and just jump right on in here with our first set of miniatures, which is going to be the heroes. And of course, we got to start with Aragorn. Awesome mini, awesome sculpt. It looks a lot like, you know, Ranger, Warrior. Easy paint job too, really kind of fun. I loved the green cloak and the kind of gray jacket underneath. I tried to go off more of the movies on these, not so much the books, but I think it turned out great and I really like that mini. Now this hero here is Barivor, and she is like a tracker or a pathfinder. Again, another great mini, and I think what's cool about this one too is I use these in my tabletop role-playing games, and you know, she can fit as a traveling mage, or again as a wanderer, an adventurer, could be a monk even. Lots of different options for this one. Then of course we have Bilbo Baggins, the burglar, and really just a fun mini paint just because of the Hobbit story and tying into that. I tried to do some lighting on his sword. I think I could have done a little bit of a better job, but you can kind of see it there on his arm as well. Just trying some object source lighting. Again, I think one of the things I've learned through this process is to try new things. Don't be afraid to you know, try something you haven't done before. This right here is Elena, or Elena. I don't really know how to say her name, but she's a minstrel, and again, another great miniature. Could work as a bard, or you know, just as a cool looking NPC in your games, and then again, of course, in the Journeys in Middle-earth game itself. Next, of course, we have the Prince of the Woodland Realm. We have Legolas, and just a great model. I absolutely love the way they did this. And again, I went with the blonde hair instead of the brown hair, which is, I think, more accurate to the books, but I really loved painting this model with a little bit of gold on the back there, on the quiver, and on his bracers and stuff. Really kind of brought out just a little bit on this model that I just didn't see there before until I added the color in. Next up we have Gimli, and this actually is hands down my favorite one I painted out of the heroes. I think he turned out great. I love the color scheme I picked with the blue, you know, the dark blue cloak and the maroon armor, and a little bit of the kind of orangish hair. And yeah, it turned out really, really good. Loved the armor too. Next up, these are actually the villains, so this is an expansion pack for the base game, and I can't remember the name of this villain, but the orc here, he's a pretty cool looking orc. I like him, and I gave him sort of a blackish, dark red skin. I kind of went off the Uruk-hai. I thought that'd be kind of cool, having most of the orcs and stuff green, and then him being kind of a different color to really make him stand out, and I think it turned out great. Next up, we have Colfang. This is another warg boss that you have to fight, and I really like the sculpt. I love the arrows sticking into it. Again, this could be a really great boss creature to throw at my players when I'm playing my tabletop role-playing games, as well as it has a fun little story. I'm actually almost done with playing through the story for this monster in the game. And then finally we have, I think this is Altandir, or I can't remember his name, but this is probably my favorite paint job I've ever done. I think the reason why I like it so much is I saw the sculpt and I immediately thought the Lich King from WoW, and you can see I even have the glowing runes there on the sword. Never done anything like that before, just kind of tried it out, and the glowing eyes and stuff. And I thought it turned out absolutely fantastic. We're going to be using this miniature in a later video as well. Can't wait to share that with you. Next up, we just have kind of the minions. These are the orcs. So the first one is an orc archer. Again, I tried to get these sort of like the black arrows there, and the you know, a little bit of armor and leather mixed in there. A really great model. Again, great to throw at my players when they need something to fight. And we have the orc marauders here, in case I need to chuck some bulky melee units at my players. And again, in the game, I don't like it when these guys show up, although the range is usually worse, so I'll take these guys over the archers. And next up we have the wargs. And there are 3 wargs that come in this game. You get 3 orc archers, 3 orc marauders, and then 3 wargs. And I painted 2 of them with this scheme right here, sort of the brown on the, almost like the orangish leather brown. And again, I tried some like glowing eyes there. I think they turned out really well. They don't look as good in the video up close, though. They look much better. I did paint one with a bit of white and black, just kind of make it look like it's the leader of the pack. And I thought that turned out awesome. I really like the paint scheme, and I really like the way that this mini turned out. Next up, we have the Ruffians. Now you get 6 of these, and again, this set of models is so great if you're into the game, and it's also great if you're into tabletop role-playing games and you just need some models. These make for some great bandits, throw them into a tavern, have a brawl, very versatile, and a really fun thing to paint, actually. Next up, we have the Whites, and oh man, I love this model. I love that the hand extended. It looks just purely terrifying. When they show up in the game, yeah, you know it. I'd also never painted any sort of black cloaks or anything, so learning how to paint the highlights on black using gray was also another fun little thing to learn. I think they turned out pretty good. Next up, we have the Goblin Scouts. Now, you get 6 of these guys, and so I painted them up, tried to make them look very, very armored and kind of lightly armored. I tried to throw some rust on there, too. You can't see it as well in the video, but up close, you can definitely see the sort of like rusty effects on the blades, and I've definitely gotten better at rust effects since then, but it was my first try, so it's all right. All right, lastly, we have the Troll. This is a big guy, and I like this paint job. I don't like it as much now. These, again, were the first minis I actually really sat down and painted, and I like the Troll. Looks great, but I think I could have done a little better with the scales on his back and stuff. So there we have it. There's the base game plus the Villains expansion pack for Journeys in Middle-earth. Finally getting everything done. I'm really excited to be able to share these with you. I think it's fun to be able to actually show off what I've been doing. I always show my wife and she's like, yeah, that's cool. And so it's nice to actually show it off to people who hopefully actually care. But yeah, I think this turned out great. Again, I think if you're into board games, Journeys in Middle-earth is a great game. I love playing with my kids and stuff. But also, if you're into minis, these are some fantastic sculpts and definitely worth the time to paint and collect. So there we have it. There's the first set. In the next episode, we will go over the Shadowed Paths expansion pack as well as the Villains expansion for that one. But yeah, I got a lot more to share with you guys. I'm also working on a pretty massive craft, the biggest one I've ever done, so I can't wait to share that with you guys as well. But yeah, I'll be doing some more episodes on writing. If you're interested in that, don't worry, those are coming as well. So if you enjoyed this episode, give it a like, maybe even subscribe. I have plenty more dungeon and writing goodness coming your guys' way. Also, if you ever want to support me or my channel, just check out my books on Amazon. I always put links in the description. I have 3 of them out now, and yeah, they're pretty good. Not that I'm completely biased towards my own work or anything. But anyways, hope you all have a great day, and again, good luck with all your writing and role-playing. I'll see you guys in the next episode.